Hello Chocks and Chocolates, and I'm between Roberto here for another video review. It's a very special one. It's the Cadbury Dairy Milk Hot Cross Bun with raisins and the cinnamon crunch. Yes. Yeah, look at that. So basically it looks to have, well, basically dairy milk with raisins and sort of crunchy bits, which presumably are cinnamon. Yeah, so interesting. Very much, we got this Peter Rabbit motif again. The World of Peter Rabbit. Beatrix Potter, TM. Yeah, so they've sort of had that sort of, I guess that license for quite some time now. Now there was in the past couple of years, well 2 years ago, there's a Peter Rabbit film coming out, and then the year later there was Peter Rabbit 2. So I don't know what's going on this year. They've just kept the license for so long. I don't know, but it's a nice one to have. I think the artwork's very nice on this one. I know Alan Lockhart was saying he very much liked the artwork on this, and does collect the wrappers actually. So I think this is definitely one that, yeah, definitely one for collectors out there. Very interesting, very nice. Looks lovely. All these Easter silver. It's an Easter one, by the way, and it is only just it is only just the start of January. We've got Easter stuff coming out already. For those who don't know, hot cross buns are kind of like in the UK at least, they're sort of like yeah, like a sort of bread basically, but with sort of raisins in, or sultanas at least, maybe both actually. Presumably cinnamon in there as well, like a bit of spiciness to it, as in like, you know, spice like cinnamon and things like this. Usually warmed up and spread with butter on. And very nice actually. You can get chocolate ones as well, but they're very, which are not very traditional. But they got a cross on to symbolise, you know, the religious side of it for Easter. Yeah, and it's just a straight cross. It's not like a, you know, the cross goes along the middle, and you know, yeah, it's interesting. I'll probably put a photo on now and before of what just one is, but they're very nice actually. I'm not normally into sort of raisins and sultanas and things, but those are very nice. 100% sustainably sourced cocoa. I'd always question what 100% means, because that sounds quite. I mean, 100% is pretty good, and I think it's not really very. It's a bit subjective basically as to what sustainably sourced actually means. So I'll definitely look into that. As it say on the back, yes, Cocoa Life. That's the sort of Cadbury's, you know, well, sustainably sourced cocoa program or what have you. It does other things. I think it's, yeah. Well, it says here actually, it doesn't aims to make lives better. That's what it says there. It's kind of yeah, the education and entrepreneurship training we provide makes for happier farmers and thriving local communities. There you go. 110 gram bar. Milk chocolate with dried grapes, 11%, and cinnamon crunch, 4%. Maybe laugh there. Dried grapes, basically. Doesn't say whether it's sultanas, raisins, or whatever. It just says dried grapes. But there we go. I think sultanas might be. I think is it currant? I think it's one of them's apricot, dried apricots. I'm sure. But I don't know if it's currant sultanas. I think raisins is dried grapes. I think sultanas are dried grapes as well. I think currants might be dried apricots. I'm not sure. I think there's a difference anyway. But there we go. But it says dried grapes anyway. Anything else of interest in here? Got palm fat in there. Yeah, the equivalent of 426 millilitres of fresh liquid milk in every 227 grams of milk chocolate. Milk size 20% minimum, actual 23%. Still don't get why it says minimum and an actual. Cocoa size 20% minimum. In case it's necessary to replace raisins with sultanas of equally high standard. Well, there we go. That's why it doesn't say sultanas or whatever. It says dried grapes. Because, yeah. Because they're, I think we had this with the fruit and nut where it used to be raisins, and the thing where sultans are basically cheaper to make, of what, you know, I don't know, and then so they basically replaced them, and there was a bit of an outcry about it. So a bit, yeah, a bit poor that I think you'd say. You can't, you know, not guaranteeing what's in it. Okay, and there we go. The Queen approves super vegetarians by appointment to Majesty the Queen, cocoa and chocolate manufacturers, Cadbury UK Limited, Bourneville. Some address, some calories there. Does it have better calorie information on that? Yes, it does there. So here we go. So per 100 grams, 503 calories, which is on the lower end of the 500 to 550 scale that chocolate bars generally fall into, from my experience anyway. 26 grams of fat, 15 of which are saturates. Per 6 chunks, 27.5 grams, which I think is probably a quarter of the bar. 138 calories, 7.1 grams of fat, 4.1 of which are saturates. Yeah, because I think it's a 4 by 6 bar basically. Yeah, so, yeah, that's a quarter. There we go. And Andrew Winton's always saying the Easter products always go, always best for 31st to 7th of the same year. Yeah, so I reckon basically just so they can get them, so they're not in the shops anymore after that time, so Cadbury's other products can basically be in store and be sold, which makes sense. Yeah, that's my theory on it anyway. Alright, well I think we should get into this, give it an open. Looks very interesting. Yeah. So let's give it a go, give it an open. let's do it. Okay, I'm getting this Cadbury Dairy Milk hot cross bun chocolate bar. Yeah, special edition for Easter and open. Yes, it's got raisins and the cinnamon crunch in it, so that's very interesting. Nice little some Peter Rabbit there and eggs. Yes, stuff like that. A spring background, things like this. Looks very nice. Looks very nice. Yes, let's give it an open then. Yes, the Town Corner. I've done about 870 reviews, believe it or not. So if you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. In the top right hand corner, I'll put a link to a place of all my other reviews, as well as some Dairy Milk ones and Easter ones and various other things. So yeah, after you've watched this one, hopefully you've enjoyed it. There's some others for you to enjoy as well. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, so it's well, I thought it was a 3x6 bar, but it's a 3x8 bar. Yeah, so interesting. I guess that adds up to about, yeah. So I said about a quarter of a bar. I think I was a bit yeah, I was out there with it really. So yes, but yeah, basically a quarter bar is 6 segments. So I was right with that point, but I was wrong with the fact that it was, so it was a 3x6 bar, which was a bit of a silly mathematical error on my part, I think. But so I probably retrospectively corrected that. Oh, I did. Yes, it smells very. It's got a lovely dairy milk smell actually. Yeah, it smells lovely. It doesn't smell any cinnamony or anything like that. It just smells very just a lovely sort of dairy milk smell. I can't really describe it really. It's just very. It's a beautiful smell though. I love it. It's a very nice smell. Okay, UK dairy milk, by the way. I don't think we get that smell in the Australian ones or anything like that. Right, let's give it a bit of a measure then. See some raisins or whatever they are coming through. Sultanas. A bit not like raisins, a bit darker. We can't guarantee the raisins. There's about 7.4, 7.5 centimeters in width. The length, just about, so it means it's just about 14 or 15, 15.2 or 50.3. And the height, nice looking blocks of chocolate. This, I like the look of it. What's the height then? Height is about, let's do that again because it changed. Yeah, it's about a centimetre. But in between, about 7 millimeters. Okay, interesting. Yeah, interesting. Right, so let's give it a bit of a break then, shall we? See what we can see. Okay. Yeah, so we can see some obviously raisin bits coming through there. I can't see any. Guess that's a cinnamon crunchy bit there, and there as well. Yeah. On the packet they were a bit lighter, so I'm assuming you can see there. That white bit in the chunk, I'm assuming that's inside the outer shell of it. So maybe we should have can't break it. It's not. Let's get the old knife out, shall we? Give it a bit of a chop. Just see. Oh goodness me. Well, yes, there we go. You can see there. Flew off in all directions then. Yeah. So you can see there white on the inside. Yeah, alright, yeah. Let's see if we can see if any evidence of the yeah, there's slight evidence there of a chunk going into the top of the chocolate. Always like to see that. Yeah, they do to an extent, I think you'd say. Far enough. You can see those raisins going into the top of the chocolate, not just all at the bottom. Even that cinnamon crunchy bit there. Yeah, there's not really any real cinnamony smell or anything like that coming from it. To be honest with you, even on the cinnamon chunky bits. So what are the actual ingredients for this? What are the ingredients? Yeah, dry grapes and cinnamon crunch. Okay, it does say cinnamon there. Caramelized sugar, cinnamon, glucose syrup at the bottom part there. Okay. Well, it doesn't smell like cinnamon or anything else particularly, so well, let's see if it tastes like it. Let's give it a go. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going to give this Cadbury Dairy Milk Hot Cross Bun chocolate bar with raisins and a cinnamon crunch taste. Yeah, so that's very, very tasty indeed. Got some bits we broke off earlier, so let's get a couple of segments. Raisins and a cinnamon crunch. Yes, let's see. Well, this one, see what these two segments here look to have. Obviously have a raisin sticking out there. And some cinnamon crunch there. So, okay, we've definitely got the ingredients here. So let's give this one a go. Let's do it. There's definitely a crunch there. Lovely dairy milk. I'm getting a nice dairy milk taste actually. I quite like that. Chocolate's always very nice, dairy milk chocolate. Not really getting much else though. A bit of a chew from the raisins, but I'm not really getting much of a raisin taste. Dried grapes. There's a crunch there from the cinnamon as well, but not really getting much of a taste from that either. Maybe a slight sweetness from the grapes, dried grapes. Interesting. Certainly doesn't taste like hot cross buns. It tastes like nice dairy milk. It tastes like it's got a bit of a sweetness, possibly from the, the sultanas or the raisins or whatever they are. I'll say the crunchy bits do give a very good crunch. They're quite hard. As you can probably hear. Obviously the raisins are soft. We're not really getting a massive taste from it. I'm not a massive fan of general sort of like fruit, sort of like raisins and sultanas in chocolate. Generally not my thing, but these ones are perfectly fine because they're not really adding not really adding too much to it really. Here's what looks to be a sultana there because it's a bit of a lighter colour. This one here, I don't think it's a raisin. It's definitely it's a cinnamon crunch. It's quite soft. Yeah, so there is a mix of raisins and sultanas in there. I like the bar, but it's not really. I mean, the crunch is perhaps a bit too crunchy, to be honest with you. Usually it's okay, but at times, I don't know, it jars a bit. And it certainly doesn't taste of cinnamon in any way, shape or form, really. Raisins sultanas are okay. I'm not a big fan of, as I say, dried sort of grapes in my chocolate, really, but these ones are perfectly fine. It's quite soft. Adds maybe a slight sweetness to it, but it doesn't really stand out that much. Yeah, the crunch is a bit too severe for me. You can just feel a bit unpleasant against your teeth. It's okay as a whole. The chocolate's nice. I think the fact it's dairy milk is, it makes it a winner anyway. And the cinnamon though does detract from it because it's just a bit too hard, and it can be a bit too severe on your teeth. Really, it doesn't feel very nice. Raisins are okay, and the sultanas are fine. They don't really do much for the chocolate. They add a bit of a softness to it, a bit of a slight chew, but they're not really adding much of a taste. It certainly doesn't taste like hot cross buns. It really doesn't. There's no cinnamony type taste there at all. There's a lovely velvety, smooth, beautiful dairy milk taste, which I really like. But I don't know, it's not really like hot cross bun at all. There's just no similarities whatsoever in the fact it's got raisins in it. The crunch obviously doesn't work for a hot cross bun replication because there's no crunch in a hot cross bun. I should toast it extremely well. I really just went to warm up, I think. I don't know how to rate this one because obviously it still tastes nice because it's dairy milk, but it's not like hot cross bun. I think the crunch definitely detracts from it. It's just too hard, and there's certainly no taste to it. Raisins sultanas work okay. As I said, I didn't used to be a fan of that kind of thing in my chocolate, but it's perfectly fine. It doesn't. It's harmless in this. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think for me, I think dairy milk generally is at 4+ bar. But I think this one, I don't know. I mean, well, it's nothing like hot cross buns, so I've got to take that into account. The crunch is just too hard. I like crunch in my chocolate, like biscuit filling and stuff like this. But this is too hard, and it's too small, so it just really doesn't go well with your teeth. I don't, it's most of the time it's okay, I think, or at least some of the time. But some other times as well, it's just really when you crunch down on it, it doesn't feel very pleasant. So I don't know. I feel like the fact that it's a miss for hot cross bun purposes, the cinnamon crunch part doesn't taste of cinnamon and it's too hard. I think I've really got to deduct a lot from it, really. I can't just say, oh well, it's okay because it tastes of dairy milk. I think the fact that it's really meant to be a hot cross bun chocolate bar, and it just is nothing like one, means it's got to be quite low. And as I say, I think that crunch in it is quite bad actually. That it just doesn't feel nice to crunch into it sometimes, and it makes you a bit wary of it. So. Yeah, I think for me this one's a 2 out of 5 basically. It's a real shame really. I think the fact the dairy milk side of it is really nice, and dairy milk chocolate's a 4 out of 5 at least. But all the other things just really bring this back, Yeah. So You know, it doesn't taste of hot cross buns. The crunch is too hard. Doesn't taste of cinnamon. Sultanas are okay. They don't add or detract particularly from it. It's a bit rubbish that they can't guarantee it's raisins in there, but I'm not too bothered. I don't mind. Both the same as far as I'm concerned, really. But it'd be nice if they were, you know, yeah, I don't know, a bit more consistent with what they're putting into it. But anyway, yeah. So a 2 out of 5, I think. A disappointing one. You know, as if it tastes nice as far as the dairy milk's concerned, that's at least a 4 out of 5. But those other problems just take away. Just have a block of dairy milk, basically, or one of the other dairy milk offshoots. Yeah, it has something in it, really. It's interesting to taste, but there's better stuff out there. So yeah, disappointing. The dairy milk with Dime, for instance, the Marvelous Creations ones, any of those other ones, you know, they're just better. So yeah, 2 out of 5. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Check out the YouTube member program. Great way to support the channel, really is. As I said, it really helps out the channel, massively does. And you get something back depending on what tier you pick, including exclusive reviews. Check out the Discord server as well. Link for that's in the description, as is the link for the member program. Yeah, that's a great way to keep in touch with the community and be part of it. Leave a comment free. Always do reply as best I can. Always great to hear from you as well. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye for now. See ya. Bye.